Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. I'm tickled with myself. I know, I shouldn't say it like that, but I am absolutely tickled with myself. So we know that I went to Estes Park earlier in the year, like as in just a couple weeks ago, right? And I got some great books, some children's books with some cute little knitting patterns in them and wanted to start making them. Well, the goal, here's my little Phoebe sweater, and I made Phoebe really, really cute. I would like to show her to you, but I don't have her any longer. We know where this is going. And the goal was to make the little characters in here and give those to the grandkids at Christmas time. Well, last time the grandchildren were over, I happened to show the 2-year-old the Phoebe the mouse, but she didn't have a face yet, right? And the first thing she said, "Where's her face, Nana?" Right? She's 2 years old. "Where's her face? There's no face on this Phoebe the mouse." And she said, "Where's the face?" And you know, I hadn't put it on. Well, I did just put that on. I did just finish Phoebe the mouse, and everything was on the kitchen table. Well, I knew they were coming over. It was a surprise ambush, a blessed one, I can tell you that. I'm driving home from work and I get this call. They're all showing up for dinner. Okay, there you go. Whatever. We got that covered, right? Dinner, everything. So before they got there, I moved all my books off the table, did all that other stuff. You know, we're going to have dinner. Got to clean it off a little bit. Let's be a little neater. And I put everything in my yarn room, right? We know that my yarn room's a mess. We get that. But I put it all up here. So I didn't have the books down there. I didn't have the temptation that I'd finished the Phoebe doll and it was down on the table, because the 2-year-old would definitely grab that. I mean, come on, why wouldn't she? So we're having a great time, and I'm in the kitchen and I'm working on making dinner stuff. And here she comes down the stairs holding Phoebe the mouse in her little arms. And Phoebe the mouse has a beautiful pink dress on, and you know, little kind of sleeveless, yeah. And my granddaughter had a little pink dress on that was also sleeveless. Of course, this wasn't planned. I didn't know they were coming over. Absolutely adorable. I'm like, what happened? She came up by herself. Okay, she can go up and everything, go explore the house. That's not an issue. But she came up here by herself, got the Phoebe the mouse, and brought it back downstairs. So obviously she remembered. She liked the Phoebe the mouse, and before they were leaving, she asked if she could take it home. Now, I am not the bah humbug Scrooge that my husband likes to joke that I am. Of course, I could not say no to that baby. Her mom had said, "No, it's okay. That's a stays at Nana's house toy," because we do have toys that stay here. You know, they're more fun if they stay here and they only get to play with them when they're here. It makes them special and unique. We know how that goes. But no, she was so cute. She just hugged it and everything. This is her Phoebe, and she was loving on it. And then she had some other little stuffed animals when they were leaving that are in her car seat, and those got kicked to the curb because she had Phoebe. I mean, she's learning. She's 2, but she's learning that sound, right? You know the sound is crafters. I've talked about it. There's a certain appreciation level, and she hit it. So she got Phoebe the mouse, and I would show you. I just have pictures, but this is Phoebe the mouse right there. And it was cute because I tried to get her to look through the book and I didn't get a picture of it. I tried. I missed it. I missed the picture, but she was so adorable when she was flipping the pages and she got to that page. She was pointing at it because that's what her little mouse looks like. It's the same thing. And she was just the sweetest thing. You know, it does a Nana's heart proud. It just does. And I have all 4 of the books in the series that Joanna Johnson and her husband had created. And that is on Slate Falls Press. They do have an Etsy shop. They have a webpage also. But I have all 4 of them because I want to make the little critters in them. And I had Phoebe the mouse. And I think that I'm just going to pretty much hand them out as I make them, because the other part that dawned on me yesterday while letting her take Phoebe the mouse, I would have loved to have had Phoebe the mouse with this video because I'm going to show you some other stuff, but I couldn't not say, yes, baby, you can take the mouse with you. if I wait until Christmas time, there's a lot of chaos at Christmas, especially with kids opening presents, being excited and everything else. Yes, they would appreciate getting the book and the stuffed animal, but I don't know if it would be to the same degree. I don't think I would hear that same sound, you know what I'm getting at, that appreciation level, because it's in competition with everything else, all the lights, all the wrapping paper, all the whatever else, and I don't think it would get appreciated as much. So I do like this as we go aspect and handing them out. So I'm probably not going to have the whole collection that I was looking at of having the whole collection, doing like a photo shoot of all of them, unless I convince the kids to bring them back so then I can take pictures. But that's okay. It's totally fine. Now my next one that so excited to make, and yesterday was just 100%. I'm like, yes, I have to make all of these. Where's my other little book? And that is, I got all my 4 books here. I have the Freddy's blanket, and Freddy's blanket has a platypus, and I knew, look at that, that's the platypus. Oh, it's so cute. Now I knew I was going to make at least one. Well, I mean, I've got gonna be 7 grandkids, and I knew I was gonna make more than one on different things. Now my oldest son, he and his wife are expecting, he likes the platypus, and he's made the comment that he thinks his wife is going to have a little boy. Now they just found out they're pregnant. It's way too soon to tell anything. She thinks that they're going to have a girl. Again, it's the hey, we're pregnant conjectures, right? So there's not based on absolutely nothing. But Freddie the platypus has the overalls that you can make and also the dress, and I have the yarn for both of them. So I'll probably make both. And this is the starting of my Freddie the platypus. It's like a platypus suit. You're like, that's weird. I know. The coolest thing about the patterns that Joanna writes on here is, and that's why I wanted the mouse so I could really show that one too, is they're no sew. So I started from here and went down, and then once I got to this part, I bound off for the bill. That's where the platypus bill is going to go. I bound off. The next row, I cast on those same amount of stitches. So now I have that opening that is perfectly centered. I don't have to worry about sewing that bill on correctly. And if you saw my live that I did with the Hippo Lovey, which the baby got, yes, he did, with the Hippo Lovey, you can see why I'd be concerned about sewing things on crooked or not, because I don't generally pin them on. I sew it, and sometimes it's right. Yeah. So the platypus bill will be correct on here because that is where the opening is at. You continue down, you do the decreases right here on the neck, and then increase out, and then here you got armholes. You did the same thing for the armholes. I know those arms are going to be absolutely perfect, and I don't have to sew them on. And we know how I am with sewing on amigurumi and making the parts and potentially losing them. I did lose some of the pieces to the Hippo Lovey more than once. I did. And there are other amigurumis that I've made where I had to make an extra appendage because I lost it somewhere in my room. One day when I clean it, I'll find it. And then we've got that same holes right here for the legs, right? And look at it. You see, it's the legs kind of go out this way. They're not just a straight up and down. And I just like that little attention to detail. And then we've got the hole right here for the big fat wide tail. And you look, we did some Kitchener stitching right there. And he has like a little booty, right? Once it gets stuffed, he's gonna have like a little bum that he can sit on. And I think that is the absolute cutest thing. So right now I have a platypus suit. Yes, I have, you know, if we watch, what is it, Men in Black and everything, the Edgar suit, right? I have the suit, and I'm thrilled. Oh my gosh. I am so thrilled to grab my double pointed needles and just pick up stitches along the arms and do the arms. And I haven't read ahead. Well, no, these are different arms than the mouse. The mouse was just like a straight tube. It was so easy, so cool. But I've got all of these things and ready to just add the yarn, make the bill, add the yarn, make the arms, flipper, right? Add the yarn, make all the stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'll make both the dress and the overalls. But I have a feeling the boys in the family are all going to end up with the platypuses because both men folks, I have two sons and a daughter, and both my boys were drawn to the platypus, very much so. Now, they haven't seen the chipmunk yet, but they were definitely drawn to the platypus. And the middle son, the one that has 4 kids, right? He and his wife, when he saw this, he's like, what is that? Is that a platypus? That is so cool. I mean, he knew what this was at this point. He's like, so I think that is just the coolest thing ever, that he knew, he recognized, and I think that their family is going to end up with a full set of all of us, because they've got 4 kids, a full set of all of the critters and everything as far as that goes for the books. And why wouldn't they? I mean, it's a Nana right. It's a Nana's rite of passage. If you have the abilities to create things, knit, crochet, woven, does not matter. It's what we do. As soon as we find out we're going to have a grandchild, we get out our hooks and our needles and our yarns and our what have you, and we're like, I must make something. And if you sew, then you're getting out the sewing machine and you're making outfits and things along that line. It's our rite of passage. It is a Nana's right. It is just, that's how that works, and that is how we are, and that's where I'm at. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So I have my little platypus suit. Oh, it's so adorable. I'm thrilled. I am absolutely thrilled. And I think this is going to come together so quickly. This was fast. I know it doesn't look like it. You're like, and it cracks me up. It's like a little baby suit. It's like, it is so adorable. It really is. If you had a little opening back here or whatever, it's like, it's a costume. It's a child's costume. Make it a little bit bigger. I'm thrilled. And I like the attention to detail. I like the way that this pattern has me set up for success. I'm not going to lose any pieces. You attach the pieces as you go. I will not lose pieces. I will not get stalled on sewing this together. When it's done, it's done. You're putting all the pieces on. Now, it could be naked for a while. I'm not, right. We know that. It could be naked for a while. I have clothes for this, right? This beautiful bear. I have clothes. I haven't made them. But this beautiful bear right here has outfit possibilities. She's naked. She's been naked. It's a cute teddy bear, right? So, it could be naked for quite some time. We know that. But it's not going to be limbless. You know what I'm getting at? It's not going to be, I got all the parts and pieces and, I got to staple it on, right? No, I've never stapled one on, but, I've joked about it. Short of glue, staples, and tape. Just get that stuff attached. So there we have renewed interest. It's not like my interest has fallen off. I am pushing to work through the yarn, at least some of it, that I got at Estes. And this is another thing that I got at Estes. And I think I need to move on to some of the other stuff, because it's my second project from the same vendor at Estes, right? But I have another kit for the chipmunk. I've got to do that one too. I'm gonna finish this first. I'm not gonna look at the chipmunk. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna finish this one first. It's gotta happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like I said, I would have liked to have had this next to the mouse just so you could see the differences or see how cute they are. But with that little face, that adorable little face, I couldn't say no. Even Mommy gave me an excuse. She's like, no, that stays here with Nana. That's a Nana's toy. It stays here. You can live on it when you come over. I couldn't. She was just too cute. When we have kids and we have grandkids, it doesn't matter what they look like. Our little heart sees them as the most adorable thing ever. And I am very biased. She is my granddaughter. She is the most adorable thing ever, right? And if you have children and grandchildren, you should be biased towards them also. That's just the rules. But this is what I have. This is my Freddy's blanket, my beautiful platypus that I have in the works. And I can see making multiple of these. This worked up really fast and it was a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I am doing amigurumi. I know it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And I'm having fun with it. I am having fun with it and great success because of the way the patterns are written. And I really appreciate that. That to me is absolutely wonderful. Well, I'm going to cut this one short and hope you enjoyed the pictures and stuff of my granddaughter also loving her Phoebe because, well, it's adorable. With that, I want to let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.